Hi everyone. Today I'm going to explain electric charge. So what is electric charge? So electric charge is just basically a properties of matter. So every matter is composed of electric charge. So our body, everything, like your notebook, your pencil, every matter is made up of electric charge. So electric charge can be positive or negatively charged. So kapag if it's positive, then there is more protons than electrons. And if it's negative, there's more electrons than protons. There's actually another property of electric charge. So opposite electric charge repel it attracts, but same electric charge they repel to each others. So here you should be taking down notes or everything about yes. So all of matter is made up of atoms, and atoms have electric charge. That is basically the basic idea of electric charge. So 1 electrons, there is negative 1.6 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulombs, and coulombs is the unit for charge. Sa isang proton, we have 1.6 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulomb. And Q represents the quantity of charge. So that's basically it for electric charge. And I think let's move on to some problems. Now let's solve some problems in order for us to basically furthermore understand what is electric charge. If 4,500 electrons were transferred to a neutral metal rod, what will be the electric charge of the metal rod? So I basically have a illustration here. So we all know that 1 electron is composed of negative 1.6 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulombs of charge, right? So what we're going to do here is just use stoichiometry conversion process. Sorry guys, I was just doing stoichiometry all day. Yeah. So we can just basically cancel electrons here. So what we're going to do is just multiply this, and we will get the electric charge that was transferred into the metal rod. So this metal rod is now composed of negative 7.2 times 10 negative 16 charge of coulombs. So basically negative siya, meaning there is more electrons than proton. Okay, now let's move into this. What is the electric charge of 3.6 moles of electrons? So basically, we're going to use the concept of Avogadro's constant, which is every mole there will be 6.022 times 10 raised to the 23 electrons. We can just use the conversion process once again, and we will get the answer. So sa ibaba yung mole of electrons, sa taas niyan is going to be 6.022 times 10 raised to the 23 electrons. So that's not negative also, that's going to be positive. Okay, here. So this 1 mole can also be referred to as molecules, atoms, electrons, and protons. Basta it's just 1 mole. That is the idea of Avogadro's constant or Avogadro's number. So there you have it. We can just cancel the moles, we can cancel the electrons, and we will get the coulombs, which is our electric charge. So there is negative 346,867.2 coulombs. So it is composed of many electrons, that's why it is negative. Now let's move into this. What is the electric charge of 50 kilograms of protons? So I did write a conversion process here, like mass of a proton is basically 1 proton is equal to 1.672 times 10 raised to the negative 27 kilogram. So that is pretty so low, right? You can basically lift it. You're actually lifting it. We just do not know. That is fun, you know. In quantum mechanics, we will find out on how they calculated that photon of the mass of the proton. So if you're following, I'm just doing some conversion process here. We all know this. Proton will cancel. Kilogram of proton will cancel. So we're just going to use our calculator just to get the answer. So I got around 4,784,688 945 coulombs. Is this million or billion? I think this is billion. So what I'm going to do here is just transform it into scientific notation because this number is too big. So this particle have 4.8 times 10 raised to the 9th power of coulombs. So positive yun, no? Okay, now let's move on to this problem. A metal sphere with a charge of negative times 10, negative 10 microcoulomb is placed in contact with an identical metal sphere carrying a charge of positive 2 microcoulomb. So let's move on sa part A. What will be the new charge of each sphere after equilibrium is stabilized? So to calculate it, kapag na-stabilize na yung 2 charge of this, it's just going to be an average of it. So yung negative, gagawin natin positive because charge is a scalar quantity, it cannot be negative. We're just using negative signs and in order to illustrate that it is negatively charged. So this is the new charge of this particle, of this metal sphere, after it is stabilized. So 6 microcoulombs. So what type of electric particles were transferred? So it is electrons. In a metal, in a conductor or a metal, only the valence electrons will be transferred and hindi yung proton yung gumagalaw. It is just the valence electrons or electrons mismo. So how much electric charge was transferred where it was transferred? So we're going to calculate this negative 10 microcoulombs and then nag-transfer siya ng how many electrons? Negative 4 microcoulombs, right? So I did just subtract it. Maybe get the, what do you call this? Just subtract it. So negative 4 microcoulombs was transferred into the positively metal sphere. So how many electrons were transferred? Okay, so now, so we just need to use conversion process here again. So we all know that the electric charge that was transferred was negative 4 times 10 raised to the negative 6 coulombs. So what I did here is just yung micro, ginawa kong in scientific notation. So ang micro is just times 10 raised to the negative 6. If you know Newtonian mechanics, I already have taught about that thing. So using conversion process, this is our final answer. So how many electrons were transferred? It is negative 2.5 times 10 raised to the 13th electron. 2.5 times 10 raised to the 13th electron. Okay. So that is it for this problem. I hope you learned something in this video though. Now you know what is electric charge.